Hello everyone, today I'm going to be checking out Wasai Gourmet, which is known for their Asian-inspired chicken sandwiches. The unique thing about them is they're actually operating out of a ghost kitchen. In fact, they're operating out of the same ghost kitchen I went to last year when I visited Milk Belly Bakery. Anyways, they got so many mouth-watering looking chicken sandwiches and various sides on their menu, so let's go pick up our food. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm back with the chicken sandwiches and everything looks amazing. The whole drive home, my mouth was watering because of how good everything smelled. I'm going to be starting off with their classic chicken sando. It is their OG fried chicken thigh with yuzu truffle mayo, and that sounds amazing because I love yuzu and I love truffle. Then it's all on top of a butter brioche bun. Wow, that is a great chicken sandwich. I really love the buttery and light brioche bun on the outside. It's nice and thin, so it really lets the chicken shine. It's really juicy because it's just chicken thigh. And then I love the crunch of the batter. I'm really surprised by it, so it really just retains such a satisfying crunch. The only thing is, I love the mayo, but I feel like it's lacking a little bit in the yuzu and the truffle flavor, so it tastes very mild. I also really like that they put a spring mix on here instead of your typical lettuce because it tastes a lot better, and I think it's a lot less watery, which helps really retain the crunch and juiciness and greatness of this chicken sandwich. Now for the spicy chicken sando, this is topped off with tangy garlic sauce, jalapeno relish, and Sichuan salsa. So I'm really looking forward to this one because I can already smell all the Sichuan spices. Wow, this one is powerful. It's just a burst of pure flavor. You really taste the buttery brioche bun on it, and I think it complements the seasoning perfectly. You've got the juicy chicken, the crust that's really perfectly crunchy, and then the seasoning just tastes like a perfect Szechuan spice mixture, so you really get those spices as well as that sort of smoky flavor that's really characteristic of Szechuan spice, and then you just get a hint of tingly numbingness at the end, and this is just perfect if you're really into Szechuan food. This has got to be one of the most unique chicken sandwiches I've ever tried. And as much as I love my spice, I think my favorite part might be that tangy garlic sauce. It just tastes like a garlic butter almost, and it's just really super powerful, and it just enhances the Szechuan flavor perfectly without covering it up. Now I'm going to be moving on to the OG chicken sando with black garlic aioli, soy daikon pickles, and jasmine honey. Oh, this is a serious chicken sandwich. The first thing I taste is that black garlic aioli. It brings so much umami-rich flavor to this sandwich because I just taste all the roasted garlic flavor. It's slightly charred, and it just brings so much earthiness and flavor to this sandwich. And then the other thing I really enjoy are the soy daikon pickles. It just tastes like they're these marinated pickles. They're sliced perfectly thin, so you just add a bit of crunch and tanginess and brightness without being overly vinegary. This is just like the perfect harmony of flavors in a chicken sandwich. Now I'm going to be moving on to our sides. These are the wok salt corn riblets. This is deep fried corn ribs tossed in spicy Szechuan wok salt. The way you eat this is really interesting. It's just like a corn on a cob almost because it's still on the rib, so you just carefully eat around that. And then the corn itself has a nice crispy texture on the outside, and the flavor of it's really interesting. It is extremely salty, and you just get a very faint hint of the Szechuan flavor, but I don't really taste too much of the peppercorn flavor, just more of that Szechuan spices, sort of that smoky flavor. So to be honest, for me, it's a little bit over salted, but it's not too bad of a side. Now I'm going to be trying out the wok salt fries. I definitely like these fries. I think my favorite part about them is that they're lightly battered, so you just get a little bit of a crispy exterior batter, and then beneath it you have that seasoning. It just tastes like a similar seasoning compared to the corn, like a salty sort of Szechuan peppery spice, but I feel like because the potatoes have a much more mild flavor compared to the corn, it really lets the flavor of the peppercorn shine through, so you get a real nice numbing spice on this one. But again, it's not too overwhelming, just a hint of it, and it complements the fries quite nicely. I also had to try out their garlic fries because I love everything garlic, and I'm pretty sure now this is exactly what I was smelling the whole drive home because it smells so intensely garlicky. Oh yeah, these fries are great. If you're a garlic fiend like me, you gotta try it because it's just the same batter fries from earlier, which are already perfect, and then they just add massive amounts of minced garlic in here, and it just what is enough to slay a whole army of vampires because of how pungent and intense and strong it is, but I absolutely love it. So if you're not super crazy for garlic, you might not like this, but if you are a garlic fan, this is gonna be pure heaven. I also dipped this fry in their yuzu truffle mayo since they give you a little side of this along with the fries, and this is the same yuzu truffle mayo that was on a classic chicken sandwich, and I think I'll be able to taste it a little bit better on this fry versus in a giant chicken sandwich. The yuzu truffle mayo is definitely a must with these fries. It really just elevates the experience. I'm personally not the biggest mayo person, but I do really love this yuzu truffle mayo because the main thing I taste is just the fragrance and aromatic just essence from the yuzu that's just incorporated into this mayo, and I think that goes quite nicely with the fries. But again, I think the one fault with this mayo is just advertising truffle, because I do see the black truffle bits, but it just doesn't really have a truffly flavor to it. To wash down all the food, I got their lychee flower bomb. This is cold brew jasmine tea with lychee syrup, rose water, and orange blossom, and to me that just sounds incredible because two of my favorite flavor pairings are lychee and rose. I'll say this definitely lives up to the name of a flower bomb. The first thing I taste is that cold brew jasmine tea. It has a very slight bitter flavor to it, but then I feel like the cold brew process really brings out the flavor of the jasmine, and that pairs perfectly with the orange blossom and rose water. I feel like all those flavors just meld together and just a flower bouquet in your mouth, and then you just get a very hint of sweetness and a bit of tartness as well from the lychee, but I feel like the lychee is the thing I taste the least. This is a very tea-forward drink, and this is perfect if you want something that is not too sweet. It's just very subtly sweet and just full of just a rich tea flavor. Finally, for dessert, I decided I had to try out their Miso matcha cookie because that sounds incredibly unique. This cookie is made with sprouted whole wheat flour, Guitar chocolate bars, white chocolate, and cherry smoked salt. So this just sounds like so many crazy things going on at once. This is such an interesting cookie, not only because of the ingredients, but because of the taste. It has a really nice and crunchy outside. The edges are my favorite because they're ultra crunchy. And then when you get to the middle, it's a little bit soft and doughy. And then I love all the chocolate chips in there. I love that you have a variety of white chocolate and dark chocolate in there, which is really pleasant. And then the flavor of this cookie, you just get a hint of matcha. But I think the most interesting part is that whole wheat flour, because as you chew the cookie, you really do get a little bit of grittiness. However, I do think that's really covered up by the texture of the cookie being so nice and crunchy. The only thing about this cookie is I don't really taste the miso flavor, which I find kind of curious since miso is part of the title. However, I do taste a little bit of a saltiness, and I'm guessing that more comes from the cherry smoked salt on there, but I do think this is a pretty good cookie still. This was such a unique experience trying out Wasai Gourmet. I really loved their unique take on simple items like fries and chicken sandwiches, and they really put a nice unique twist on it. I loved all their chicken sandwiches. However, my favorite items were their spicy chicken sando as well as those garlic fries. I thought those were two incredible dishes. I mean, the garlic fries were just so rich and garlicky, and that spicy chicken sando was just awesome with all that spicy Sichuan flavor. And I also loved that they put little pieces of Sichuan peppercorns on there as well. If you are all looking to indulge on some really unique chicken sandwiches, you definitely gotta check out Wasai Gourmet. You're going to love their Asian style chicken sandwiches. Anyways, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.